invited Bryant. We now have to say
Yeah. You should have came, Gabriel. You should have came.
I wanted to.
Welcome to my life. Okay, I have my stream set up. Woohoo.
I'm back
Did
to
you
my
stream set up?
base.
Huh?
You have a stream set up? What are
And
you
I
playing?
still have no rockets. And my ender chest looks so empty now because it has literally nothing in it.
Also, Gabriel, do you
And
want to
these
do
pants don't
a
have
race on
lipstick.
a 5K on 4th of July with me and possibly Moxley?
What?
And whoever else said they could go.
Michael's going. I'm doing a 5K on 4th of July at Furman. Do you want to do it with us? Or at least me.
Started with Gabriel, but he kind of ended up with
Is that a no?
Hi. Don't know.
Why is it not
It's a me
launching?
no. Was not launching?
Sheepy. What do you mean
What
game
is that?
already running? It's not already running.
I don't really want to work on anything.
I don't either. That's why I'm playing other stuff. Because I got way too many games from the Steam sale.
That
Really?
reminds me, I need to check out
Yeah, you need to go see if there's... Because there's a lot of stuff on there for really cheap.
Yeah, honestly, kind of want to go play Roblox. Yeah, but then I won't be able to hear both of you.
Moxley, get Discord.
I'll see what I can do, but I probably won't be able to tonight.
Boo.
It takes like 5 seconds to make an account on there.
It kind of does.
Can I use an iCloud account? Or does it have to be Gmail?
Probably has to be Gmail.
I don't know.
It's not already... Jesus. Work. Oh, yeah, I didn't sign up for the class. Oh, crap.
What?
11 to 11 tomorrow morning.
Confused, but okay. Kind of wanted to play with Judah, but Judah didn't want to play with me, so...
Ooh, there's like 3 people going to this.
Okay,
Ew.
I know you guys are gonna be mad at me, but I think I'm gonna hop off for tonight.
You gonna go play Roblox?
No. I'm gonna go play nothing.
That's a new one.
Mm-hmm.
Come on,
Maybe rub my
launch.
cat's tum-tum.
What platform do I find nothing on?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Really, really, really unknown one.
What the heck? Why is this not
Called
launching?
YouTube.
Okay.
Ah. That's what you're doing.
Buddy?
Yeah, all the
You been
videos I
here?
want to watch, I need like 4 hours to watch. Why are there
Are
7
other
people
people's
watching me
streams?
fail to open a game? Why is it not launching?
You got several people watching you fail to open a game. That's crazy.
Say my user and I will sub. We have to sub before I say your user. That's how it works.
Can he hear you?
Yes, he can.
Of course, he can hear you. Not you.
Hang on, let me...
Wait, can he? I don't think he can.
I think
Because you're not on
Alright.
Discord. I'm not sure.
Hang on, let me check something. I gotta do something real quick.
Me and Bryant were absolutely
Loose
cooking in
hands.
Dandy's World the other
Oh
day.
yeah, we were cooking.
Dying first floor.
Yeah. Okay, so I played again the next day. We died so quickly.
Dang. We need to do that again. Wish Moxley would get it, but no.
My mom hates everything.
Oh,
Roblox.
mine does too. Mine it hates everything with Roblox.
Why?
Like, I couldn't convince her for anything to let me get that, and like, honestly, I probably wouldn't want to that much.
Dandy's World is so fun.
Dandy? I thought it was Bambi.
No, Dandy's. Now you're thinking of Garden of Banban. Closer to that.
Oh, crap.
What I called it? Is that so funny to you?
Thank you, Monkey Man 5000 for subscribing.
Is that funny to you, Bryant?
Can you
I'll
have
answer
a better
for him. Yes.
Can I see you? Hang on. I gotta check. Let me
Wee.
fix my screen.
Wee. Maybe I'll just play Five Nights at Freddy's.
Thank you, Sans, for subscribing.
Oh,
subscribed,
Bryant.
Hold up, my mic
Brant.
is broken. Thank you.
Brant. Brant.
Oh my god.
Brant.
Yeah, what is it?
Brant.
Okay, I'm gonna have to find a new game. This game isn't working. I'm the only person watching.
Bryant.
Spin the wheel,
Well,
Bryant.
thank you either way. Alright, spin the wheel
Bryant.
again, because this game won't... I'm gonna try one more time. I'm trying one more time.
Hey, Bryant.
Okay, this isn't working.
Bryant.
Okay.
Bryant. Bryant.
What? Okay, well, I'm spinning the wheel again, because this isn't working.
So I was playing another time on the 6th night for Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yep.
I kind of ran out of power at 5 a.m.
Oh, Stanley's Parable? Oh god, okay, well...
I sat
this
there.
is gonna take forever.
Stanley's Parable was fun though.
So Stanley's Parable, sure, why not? Now I gotta find it in this wall of games, because I decided
Let's just
to
say
download
I just
all of them.
barely
Here it is.
made it through.
Nice.
Freddy was just smiling at me in the
Oh,
corner.
yeah, that's always so much fun.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was
let
so prepared to just get
me-
jump scared.
Oh, I guess I gotta change all the titles. Game 2.
Change the title. I changed the title of your stream.
Yeah, gosh dang it. I can't type.
Stop it.
Stamp.
Stop it, Gabriel.
Why?
Oh my god, I
So
can't type.
fun.
I'm losing.
But so she's worrying me.
There we go. Okay, What did you say?
Bryant, did you hear about
Slushy?
Bryant?
What?
Did you hear about Slushy?
No, what's a slushy?
You don't know
How
what
do you not
slushy
know what a
is?
slushy is?
No,
Anyway, explain.
Slushy's not dead.
Slushy, my pet fish
Oh.
that I got yesterday,
Ah, fun.
who attempted to die.
Yeah, I had a beta
So I
fish
didn't let
that
him.
just jumped out and died like 2 days into having
Bruh.
it, so, you know.
Bro,
And now I have a
what?
random catfish that my brother gave me that somehow is still alive. It's basically been dead for like a month, but is still somehow alive. Don't ask me how that
Wait,
makes
what?
sense.
So what do you mean? Like he's been taking a nap?
Basically. He just like looks dead, and then if you like tap the glass, he just sprints away.
Prince,
Yeah, sprints.
you have track on your
Oh,
mind.
It's
so
a-
it was like
Oh, I
one of
didn't
those
set the
fish that
time.
uses
Shoot.
little feet to walk
You
in the
got
water.
track on your mind, Bryant.
The first time you booted up the game. Oh no, I
Okay,
made
guys,
it bad.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Moxley, I made it bad.
Actually, probably will not talk
What?
to you tomorrow.
I made it bad. I made it mad.
Made what matter?
Stanley Parable. This is not good. I'm
I'll
going.
probably talk to you guys Thursday.
Oh my god. Is it Mel's? You didn't even
Well,
try
Bryant said he
it,
Bye.
couldn't go.
huh?
Bryant said he couldn't go.
So what now? I wasn't listening.
Tell Judah bye, and I'll talk to him Thursday.
What's Thursday?
Me getting back on.
You're not gonna get back on till Thursday?
I have family coming in, sleeping in my bedroom.
Fine.
Ah.
Yet
Your
again,
bedroom slash garage
losing my bed.
slash whatever.
I lose
So
my
did I
bedroom a
lose
lot.
my save data?
Yes.
But
Bro,
it has the
you
most
see
beds in
me?
it, so it makes
This is the
sense.
story
Yeah,
of a
I
man
guess so.
named
Oh,
Stanley.
that's a lot of lapis.
Stanley worked
I'm
for a
talking
to you
company
guys
in
later.
where he was
Yeah.
Bye.
employee number
This is too loud.
427.
Bye-bye.
Employee number 427's
Yeah, I
job
guess I can
was
see
simple.
you.
He sat at his desk in room 427.
That's
and
not
he
what I
pushed
said. I
buttons
said
on
see you
the
as in
keyboard.
goodbye.
No,
Orders
the
came
person
to
in the
him
chat
through a
said,
monitor
"Can
on
you
his
see me?"
desk, telling him what buttons to push,
No,
how
no,
long
you
to
can't.
push them.
You can't, Brian.
I mean,
You're
I can see their
colorblind.
chat message.
This is what
Tell them
employee
that you're colorblind
427
so you
did
can't see it.
every day of
It's in
every
white
month
text on a
of
black
every
background.
year. And
Tell
although
them you're
others
colorblind,
might
you
have
can't see
considered it soul-rending,
He can hear you
Stanley
too.
relished every moment
You
that
can?
the orders
Yeah.
came in, as
Oh,
though he
fun.
had been made exactly for this job.
He's probably really confused. Very well, actually.
Probably.
Maybe he's not.
Okay, that's good, Stanley.
Maybe.
Um,
I bet he thinks I'm weird.
welcome back again. Welcome back.
All of
Let
his
the game start
co-workers
again.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Is this
You
guy in
can
chat
see
saying
me.
stuff, Brian?
What do you mean? Can I? I'm so confused. He says you can see me. I can hear you. What? I mean, yeah, you can hear me because I'm streaming. I can see you in the chat. Yes. I'm just running in a random direction.
What's the
When
point of this
Stanley
game,
came
Brian?
to a set of two
Huh?
open doors, he entered
What's
the
the point
door
of
on
this
his
game?
left.
I don't really know. I just know it's by the brother of a streamer that I watch, so. And it's
Strange.
really funny.
Yet there was not a single person here
Tips
either.
for not getting fired. Talk
Feeling a
less.
wave
Do
of
unbelievably
disbelief,
amazing
Stanley
work.
decided
All
to
the
go
time,
up to
every
his
day, with
boss's
no
office,
expectation of
hoping he
promotion
might
or
find an
recognition.
answer there.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
it's switched. Okay. I don't really know what would be the end game of this, because I know there's like a lot of different endings.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
Go
office.
downstairs. I actually skipped part of it. Not. Oh, no, the Moxley cannot see you, no. Also,
yeah,
the person in
he
the
knows
chat
right
wants to
there.
know if you can see them.
No, I can't see them.
Okay,
I'm
no,
playing
we cannot
Stanley
see
just
you.
couldn't do it.
I'm playing
He
Minecraft.
considered the possibility of
Fortnite
facing his
open.
boss, admitting
That's
he
why
had
you can
left his
hear me.
post during work
Yeah.
hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a
funny
competitive
that he asked
economy,
that.
why had he taken that risk? All because he
Oh
believed
no, okay, it was
everyone had
this
vanished.
ending.
His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself,
Maybe.
I am crazy.
Yeah, I think you
All
are.
of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in
responding
a
to his
single
chat,
moment for no
No,
reason at
I'm
all.
quoting
None
Stanley
of it made any
Parable.
logical sense.
Wow.
And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example,
see if I can get
why
cast
couldn't he
back.
see his
I don't know what
feet
Y is
when he
referring
went
to.
down? Why did doors
I
close
wanna see if I can
get
automatically
you have them
behind him
open?
wherever
And
he
maybe-
went?
Brian,
And for
He's-
that matter,
I'm
these
on
rooms were
Fortnite
starting
with
to
him,
look
and
pretty
he's
familiar,
he's
where they
in the
simply
voice
repeated
chat
it.
in Fortnite.
No,
and he's
Stanley
playing
said to himself,
Minecraft while I'm
this
playing
is all
this.
too strange. This can't be real.
I love how you're describing
And
it.
at last,
I don't-
he came to
how
the
else do I
conclusion
explain
that had been on
this?
the tip of his tongue.
I
He just
don't-
hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
I'm
he
dreaming.
yelled. This is all a dream.
I'm so stupid.
What a relief Stanley
Place
felt
my cobble-
to have finally
place my
found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't
Alright, let's
actually
see.
gone.
Let's
He wasn't
see.
going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
Brian,
And he thought to himself, I
Okay,
suppose I'll
he
wake up
cannot
soon.
see your
I'll have to
chat.
go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons.
The other
I may
person
as
that
well
is talking
enjoy this while I'm
cannot
still
see the
lucid.
chat.
So, he imagined
Oh.
himself and began to gently
I give
float
up.
to the ground.
I think I've
Then
explained
he
everything. I
imagined
don't.
himself
I got
soaring
nothing
through
else.
Space on a magical starfield.
That's
And it,
all I
to
can
him,
tell you.
It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was
he's
he
not on the
remaining
stream,
so
that's how.
lucid?
stupid zombies.
And then
Dang
perhaps
it.
the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
Right.
Yep.
Why is there a voice
So
in
I'm
my
thinking
head
about getting,
dictating
like,
everything that
Castle
I'm doing and
Crashers.
thinking?
Yep.
Like I told
Now
you
the
about it.
voice was
Maybe
describing
me and you could
itself
get it,
being
and like I
considered
don't
by
know. I
Stanley,
don't know whether
who
we could
found
join
it
each other or
particularly
not. Like
strange. I'm
playing that
dreaming
like that.
about a
I'm not
How
voice
sure
much
that
is
we
it?
could do that,
describing
but
me,
like
thinking about
I
how
don't
it's
know.
describing
Apparently it's
my
really cheap because
thoughts,
it's on
he
sale or
thought.
whatever.
And while he thought it all very odd,
I'll see.
and wondered
But
if
like
this voice
it's a
spoke
really
to
fun
all
game.
people in their
It would be
dreams,
fun for us to play
the
through.
truth was that, of course,
Yeah, I'll see.
this was not a dream.
But like I
How
want
could
you to
it
like
be?
wait for me
Was
if you were to
Stanley
get it or
simply
something like that.
deceiving himself? Believing that if
Sure,
he's
I will
asleep,
call you
he doesn't have to
Sans,
take
but
responsibility for
I
himself.
don't have anything else to call you.
But
So
Stanley is as awake right now as he's
What'd you
ever
say?
been in his life.
The person
Now, hearing the
requested for me
voice
to call him
speak these
Sam.
words was
Not
quite a
yet.
shock to Stanley.
That's
After all,
really
he
random,
knew
but
for
okay.
certain,
I'm assuming
beyond a doubt,
from
that this
Undertale.
was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the
I don't know
magical
what that
stars
is,
just
but-
a moment ago?
I think that's
How
a
else
game.
would the
Am I
voice explain
mistaken?
all that? This voice was a part of himself too, surely.
Also, the
surely,
game I
if
talked
he
about
could
has
just...
some pretty good soundtracks in it.
He would prove it. He would prove that he was
pretty good-
in control,
pretty good music.
that this was a dream.
I like it a lot.
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
Finally.
He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the
What'd you
mattress
finally
on his
do,
back,
Grant?
Got this guy to
the
stop
fresh
talking.
air of a world outside this one.
Yeah.
Let
What's
me
he
wake
saying
up,
now?
he thought to
Wake
himself.
up, Stanley.
I'm through with this dream.
Oh,
I wish,
I
it
wish
to
for
be
this dream
over.
to be over. Not
Let me
this.
go back to my job.
you wish for the dream or
Let
the
me
stream?
continue pushing the buttons.
Both.
Please. It's all I
Specifically the
want.
dream in the game.
I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the
Stupid
way
hole.
it's always been. My life is normal.
I am normal.
Everything will be
What?
fine. I
What does that
am
mean?
Yeah.
okay.
So Sam said money.
What?
I don't know, that's what he said.
What does that mean?
Stanley
I don't
began
know.
screaming.
And then he said no.
Please, someone wake me up.
What?
My name is Stanley.
The may
I
not
have a
end.
boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my
What are you
voice?
streaming on,
Who
Brian?
am I? Who am I?
I'm streaming on YouTube currently.
And everything went black.
Yeah. Would I have to have a YouTube account to comment on like the? Or are you talking through a
This is
Discord
the
chat
story
like with
of a
whoever's-
woman named Mariella.
I'm just
Following
talking. I'm just using. Wait, what?
Mariella woke up on a
Are
day
you
like
using
any
voice
other.
chat or like?
She arose,
I'm
got
just
dressed,
talk- I'm just using
gathered her
OBS.
belongings, and walked to
Wait,
her
hold on. I
place
don't
of
remember
work.
this in the game.
But on this particular
OBS
day,
stand for?
her
Hold on.
walk was
I don't know.
interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself,
I don't remember
and then
this.
collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Okay, apparently I
And
died.
although she would soon turn to go call
Huh.
for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This
Apparently
much she
I
knew.
just
Everyone
went onto a
knows what
sidewalk and
crazy
collapsed
people
dead
look
because
like.
I'm crazy.
And in that moment, she thought to herself
What?
how lucky she was to be normal. I am
Huh?
sane. I am in control
Why?
of my mind.
Okay, so basically,
I know what is real and what
I'm
isn't.
using OBS, which
It was
just
comforting
records
to
it
think
and
this,
streams on
and in a
YouTube,
certain
so
way, seeing
just
this
every
man made her
sound
feel
that happens
better.
on my PC
But then she
can be
remembered the
heard by
meeting
the
she had
YouTube stream.
scheduled for that day. The very important
Okay.
people whose impressions of her
And
will
if I
affect
were
her
to wanna,
career,
like-
and by extension, the rest
So
of
wait,
her
how are,
life.
how are you seeing this
She
other
had no
person's
time for
like?
this, so it was only
I can
a
see the
moment
chat on
that
the
she
side of
stood
my
there, staring
OBS
down at the body.
thing. I have a second
And then she
monitor
turned
open.
and ran.
Oh, cool.
Oh, okay, she turned and ran. Okay.
Wait.
Have you watched Cyberpunk? I have not watched Cyberpunk.
All of his co-workers
Thought it
were
was a game.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the
Okay,
meeting
never
room.
heard of it.
Perhaps he had simply missed a
I
memo.
don't remember that being an ending.
Have you just died several times or like?
When
ended the
Stanley
game?
Not
came
that
to a
type of
set
game.
of two
I'm
open
gonna
doors,
go to the door
he
on the
entered.
right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted
I
to
can't tell
stop
if you're
by the
talking to me or
employee
your
lounge
chat.
first,
I'm
just to
talking
admire it.
into a void.
Cool.
Oh, I'm stuck.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to
Yo.
spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully
This
constructed
is an
room.
ugly room.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking, but eager to get
So
back
mean,
to
Brian.
business.
Why don't you
Stanley
insult
took
the
the
room?
You
first
should open
open
my
door
streams,
on
you can
his
see what I'm
left.
talking about.
You shouldn't insult rooms. That room could have feelings.
Going this way.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired.
Oh yeah,
years
because I
ago.
can like jump down off of this.
Look, Stanley, I think, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in
Oops.
control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I am powerful.
Good for you.
I am going to do warning Dunoy.
What the heck does that mean?
All of his
I don't
co-workers
know.
were gone.
I need
What could it
either a
mean?
translation or
Stanley
explanation.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
trying to remember how I get the open
I-
world.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
I don't know
he
what that
entered the
means.
door on his left.
So basically the game is just where you do decisions and really stupid stuff happens.
Yeah. Sounds fun.
When you get to the last episode, it's really sad. Well, I don't want spoilers for it.
Yet there was not a single person here
Alright, let's
either.
see.
Feeling a
Let's
wave
open
of
my sports
disbelief,
thing once.
Stanley decided to go up to his
Where's
boss's office,
Steam?
hoping coming to a
Steam,
staircase,
Steam.
Stanley
Okay,
walked
so
upstairs
I'm
to
gonna go
his
up to the
boss's
There it
office.
is. For some reason, I still have like the little option to like open the back rooms, despite the fact I don't even own it anymore.
Yeah, for some reason I have that too for
Oh, you don't own it anymore?
Daylight. Yeah.
Stepping
yeah, it's
into
only
his manager's
$4.49.
office,
It's only
Stanley was
$4.49
once
right
again
now.
stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth
Also,
that
Brian, you
his
should watch
boss
the
had been
trailer
keeping
for
from
the
him.
game. It's like really
And so
sus.
the boss had assigned it
Okay.
an extra
It's really
secret
confusing.
PIN number, 2845.
Very secret.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
I couldn't possibly have known this.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random
What?
buttons on the keypad,
Let's go.
Stanley happened to input the correct code by
What are you let's going about?
I
Amazing.
unlocked an extra room.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I'm so confused.
So am I. The game basically you just do random choices and then random crap happens.
Yeah.
I mean really random crap. You can end up in a Rocket League game. It's really funny.
What?
The game's funny. Like I said, you should find the stream so you can see what's happening.
What's your name again?
Descending deeper into the
Google's
building,
Beats.
Stanley
What?
Okay, please do not spam emotes.
Your name is Bugles Beats now?
It
Ah,
is.
What happened to Geodude Plays?
Well, the problem. Oh my god, how do I?
You have a second YouTube channel now?
No, it's the same YouTube channel. I just changed the name.
No, you didn't. I'm
did?
looking you up. Give me a second.
It's also no, it's definitely Bugle's Beats.
Oh, that's cool looking.
I think it literally auto banned the.
realized he felt a bit peculiar.
Alright.
It was a stirring of
let's see,
emotion
so
in his chest, as though he felt
It's
more free
Bugle's
to think
Beats.
for himself, to question the
That's
nature
Bugles
of his
Beats now?
job.
Not
Yes.
Geodude?
Why did he feel
changed
this
it 'cause
now,
Geodude
when
plays,
for
it's
years
impossible to
it had
find.
never occurred to him?
So wait, how do you
This
spell that?
question would not go unanswered for long.
Bugles and BEATS.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the
Mind
large
control
door that
facility.
read Mind Control Facility.
Escape.
Is
I'm
it
gonna
one word
escape.
or two?
It is. One word. It was
Okay, 'cause
a
it pulled up a
game,
bunch of drum-
but the
it pulled
problem
up a bunch
was
of-
it didn't launch, so I'm playing this now. Does the title still say the sheep?
There you are. If I type it in one thing, Bryant.
Although this
Let's check.
passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth
Why
was
won't
that
it
at
let
the
me
end of
Oh, I
this
get to
hall,
meet my violent
Stanley
death
would
at the end
meet
of
his
this hall.
violent death.
Why
Why
can't
go
I
back?
open your channel?
I don't know.
The door behind him was not shut.
That's so weird. Why won't it let me
Stanley
open
still
your
had
channel?
every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I found it.
At this point, Stanley was making
So
a
weird that it won't
conscious,
let me open,
concerted
like,
effort
any
to
of your
walk
stuff.
forward and willingly confront his death.
You gotta subscribe to me, Moxley.
Did you wait? Are you in a tunnel right now?
I am in a tunnel. Woohoo,
Turn
my
around.
death. Wee.
Turn around. Turn around. Bryant, turn around.
I can't. I'm at loading screen.
Oh, so this hallway's a loading screen.
As the machine
Why
whirled
won't it
into
let me just
motion
go to your
and
channel?
Stanley was
It's just
inched
so weird.
closer and closer to his demise, he
Bugles-
reflected that his life had been of no
Bugles
consequence
Beats.
whatsoever.
One word.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story.
Why
Trapped
is this not
forever
letting
in
me
his
open it?
narrow vision of what this world is.
There's a
Perhaps
walkway
his
there.
death was of no
Do I have-
great
Brian, do I have
loss,
to be
like
subscribed to
plucking
watch
the
it?
eyeballs from a
No, you
blind
shouldn't.
man. And so he
I should still
resigned
subscribe, though.
and willingly accepted this violent end
I don't have a
to
YouTube
his
account.
brief and shallow life. Farewell,
Press the button.
Stanley.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture, right?
Yeah. Rip. Oh.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as
There's another
Stanley was
narrator?
led helplessly into
What
the
the heck was
enormous
that
metal
line?
jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the
This is
machine
so
crushed
confusing.
every bone in
Exactly,
his
that's
body,
the point of
killing
it.
him instantly.
Oh, that's fun.
You're crushed.
Honk.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever.
Yep.
What exactly did the narrator think he was going to
Wow, he died,
accomplish?
right?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now?
Stanley's
Do you see
computer.
that Stanley was already dead
Oh,
from the moment
whoa.
he hit start?
Office layout. The 2 doors. The
I'm
office.
so confused.
So am I. The button sounds.
Go hop into one of the paintings.
Can't jump.
Go climb into one of the paintings.
Can't climb. Where does this go? Office clock. So am I in like a museum?
Go into the door.
Freedom ending.
I'm so confused.
So am I.
That's so weird. Huh.
Only early version
Wait.
he had known as Zending, which was originally cut and merged with another part of the game. Zending has many iterations.
I can't see the
Interesting.
chat.
There's nothing happening in the chat. There's not much to see. There's only one viewer, and I think that one viewer is you.
Oh, is it?
You probably can't see it because no one's chatted.
Is me. Think. How would I chat?
Did I have to
Where'd I go?
restart?
How would I say
You haven't
something?
subscribed yet. Subscribers only. I'm lying,
Oh.
it's not, but still.
Understood. That's weird and confusing.
What do I do?
Alright, let's see. Back to Minecraft.
Shoot. Well, try the other one then.
Brian, there's a glitch that you can use to make an infinitely mineable block.
That's fun.
It's like you can mine it and then it'll just respawn. And you can mine it and it'll respawn. And like you can do that with commands, but there's a way you can do it in like survival with no cheats.
Interesting. Okay, I think I'm just stuck here. Like, I don't think I can do anything.
How many subscribers do you have after you switched?
It's the same account. I just renamed it.
Oh. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, you can just rename the. Okay. Begin the game again. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't think I can do anything from there.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Okay, I'm
What
gonna
could
see
it
what happens
mean?
when I go to the mind control
Stanley
room.
decided to go to the meeting room.
The mind
Perhaps he had
control
room. Okay, I'm gonna
summarized
see
a memo.
First, what happens if I go back from that room, and then what happens when I go?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's
walking down
office.
the tunnel,
Hoping he'd come into a
mining
staircase,
again.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
What's this
office.
stuff called deep sleep.
Oh, I gotta get the code again. I don't remember what it
Stepping
was.
into his manager's office, Stanley
what
was
that
once
means.
again stunned to discover
It was
not
like
an
2,
indication
4,
of any human
5,
life.
8.
What could it mean?
Oh, I remember that.
Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk.
Yeah,
What
keypad.
could its purpose be? In fact, This keypad
there's
guarded
the
the
keypad.
terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
Oh,
But of course,
2845.
Stanley couldn't possibly have
What is
known
that?
this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened
Die.
to input the correct code by sheer luck.
That's right, you
Amazing.
die there, yeah.
He stepped into the newly
There we
opened
go.
passageway.
Alright, have you tried the vibrant visuals yet?
Have I tried what yet?
The vibrant visuals?
In Minecraft?
Yeah.
No.
Pretty good. The water looks amazing. So the beacons, they look cool.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was
I mean,
that
it
at the
could use
end
a
of
little
this
work,
hall,
but, like,
Stanley would meet his violent
Pretty good.
death.
A little laggy though.
I'm gonna keep going.
The door behind him was
Now I'm
not
gonna
shut.
turn back.
Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Dang, I still forgot to craft this.
But of course, Stanley
Yeah,
thought
so,
better
Brian, I
of
may
it
have
and
laid out,
realized
like,
he simply
the,
had
like,
too much to live
Blueprint
for.
for a base way bigger than like anything I've attempted before.
Going in the mind control facility.
And I was gonna just use duplication to get most of the blocks I
The
needed.
lights rose on an enormous
I'm
room
lazy.
packed with television screens.
But then they fixed it.
What
and now I
horrible
can
secret
fix
did
stuff.
this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
There's still another duplication glitch. It just involves logging out and back into the world repeatedly several times, and that's just kind of like annoying. Too much of a hassle.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
Employee
Each bore the
fired.
number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
What?
And Stanley,
Oh, the
one of them,
cameras.
eternally monitored in
that
this
mean?
place where freedom meant nothing.
There's just an infinite number of random objectives.
Yeah, basically.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his
Yeah.
emotions had been manipulated to accept
elevator.
it blindly? No.
Take me up
He
elevator.
refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible?
Yes.
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Do you actually have anyone watching you still, Grant?
It says there's 2 viewers, so.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
So does it want me to go up here? It's gonna take so long to get back here if this triggers a different ending, but I'll do it. Oh, I can't open this, never mind. Everything's already disabled, why am I dismantling it?
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then?
Wait, what?
Let's say, 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to
Apparently
shine.
in 2 minutes,
you are the
I'm
star.
gonna get
It's
bombed
your
with a
story
nuclear
now.
reactor.
Shape it to your heart's desires. This is
weird.
much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing
I definitely did
everyone
this wrong.
inside,
I don't know
or I
how to
let
do
it
this.
burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of
I mean, I
events
wouldn't
has
know.
been
It's not
rather
gonna really help
amusing.
you.
Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the
That one
control
funny
wrested
person that
away
can
from you,
ask
it's
questions
quite
leaves.
rich.
Yeah,
I just
it's
hate to
wrong.
see it go. But
Alright.
I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around
person that
will
kept
be
asking
even
questions
better. My
Yeah, they
goodness, only 34 seconds left.
Why?
But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Yes,
Or
that
did
is
you
it.
just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
Oh,
I
dang.
mean, look at you.
He just
Running
played
from
me,
button
didn't
to
he?
button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being...
There's probably some way to do this, but I don't know
Will you
what it
cling
is.
desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
Oh, and I exploded. Okay, well, time for me to go all the way back. Well, actually, I have no
I'll be
earthly
back.
idea what I was supposed to do there, but I know I didn't do it right.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, I'm looking it up. Oh. Never mind. Moxley, I was wrong. Hello? You there? I think you left. Moxley. Hello? I think you left. Anyway, let's go see what happens when I turn off the machine.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Alright, I'm back.
Right there. Okay.
The moment he entered his
I can do
manager's
the,
office,
I can do the
Stanley
race and
froze in
I'll
his
keep going to
tracks.
masses, but I'm
Not
not
a
really doing that.
living soul anywhere.
I can do the
Could
race,
he
the
really be
5K.
all alone?
Yeah.
This was too much
4th
for
of July.
Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the
I'll
story
be
as
right back.
quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to
No, I
just
did
let
not
the
let the
narrator
narrator
talk.
talk.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Listen to calming New Age music, Moxley. I just love getting copyrighted. Oh crap, my phone died.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
So Moxley, should we try to keep up with Michael? Moxley. Why do you keep leaving? Brother.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh, I gotta listen to all of this
The
again.
lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true
You're back.
nature revealed.
Okay,
Each
so
bore
Moxley,
the
do you
number
think
of
we
an
should try to keep
employee
up with
in the
Michael?
building. Stanley's co-workers. The lives
Should
of
I
so
try to
many
keep up with Michael? I know
individuals
I'm not
reduced to
going to.
images on a screen.
We gotta try
And
though.
Stanley, one of them, eternally
Actually, I think
monitored
if we
in this
tried to keep
place
up with Michael,
where
I think we would
freedom
both drop out
meant
after a
nothing.
mile.
What? I just asked if I could get it.
This mind
Yeah.
control facility, it was
I
too
think it
horrible
was
to
from the
believe it couldn't be
conversation,
true.
Why
Had
is Gabriel
Stanley
calling
really
me?
been
I-
under someone's control all this time?
Why is he calling
Was
me?
this
I
the only
don't
reason he
know,
was
on
happy with his
Discord.
boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
What time are you gonna try to go for
He
it for the
refused to
race?
believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in
How long
someone
am I gonna go
else's
for it? I have
control?
no idea.
Never.
I
It
want
was
to try to get sub
unthinkable.
20. I just don't know if
Wasn't
I have
it?
the fitness.
Was it even possible?
Still.
Had he truly spent his entire
On the bright
know
side,
that
it
I
is a
could do
permit, so half a
blind
third
to
of the
the
course is
world?
around the lake, and that is a part of a course I know very,
Here
very
was the
well.
proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again.
This might have not have been the best idea.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine.
I got the game.
Unshackled himself
okay.
from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, Even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing.
So
Stanley
weird.
stepped
Look,
through the open door.
If I want to select different things, watch. I just moved my hand like that.
Stanley felt the cool breeze
I've
upon his
escaped.
skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Brian, what's your username?
And what?
Does he already have it?
No. And just, everything. Steam, Fortnite.
Probably Geodu23 or something.
It doesn't work. Okay, well,
Why? And Steam. Oh, in Steam, it's Geodu2214.
Dude, 2214.
Does he have it?
No, he doesn't have it yet.
What am I supposed to be getting?
Someone was
Castle
following
crashes.
Stanley. He was sure
I'll
of
probably
it.
have to get it
If he
tomorrow.
checked over his shoulder now, he would
What was the
surely
number you
catch
said?
them. It was only a matter of time.
2214.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door
Yeah,
on
it
his
didn't work, but
left.
it doesn't matter. Also,
Yet there was not a single
Um,
person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a
Like-
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, it's gonna take so freaking long to do anything. Oh my god.
But Stanley
Yeah,
just couldn't do it.
okay. Well, I
He
guess I'll
considered
try
the
this,
possibility of
but-
facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy.
Okay,
And
well,
then
we
something
can
occurred to Stanley.
run in circles
Maybe,
for like
he
10
thought to
minutes.
himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see
I
his
forgot I had a
feet
little power
when he
bar.
looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
I forgot how to use like
No,
all the
Stanley
moves.
said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the
Brian,
tip
I'm
of
getting
his tongue. He
like
just hadn't
400
found the
something
words for it.
FPS in this game.
I'm dreaming! He yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
Brian,
And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll
How
have
much
to
does it
go
take to
back
kill these
to
guys?
my boring real-life job pushing buttons.
I'm so
I may
confused.
as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Why would he have his phone with him?
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want.
Push buttons.
I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
I am okay, Moxley.
What'd you say?
I said I am okay.
Say that one
Stanley
more time?
began screaming. Please, someone
Oh,
wake me
apparently I
up. My
began
name is
screaming.
Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Bonk.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed,
Oh shoot,
gathered
this
her...
is the wrong ending.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers.
Okay, so
He
that's all
never
the endings
functioned
there.
well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not
Door
the
on the
correct
right.
way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly
Actually,
well.
I'm now on the
Perhaps he
second
wanted to
door
stop by the
of the
employee
options.
lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. What a beautiful room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on
Go
track.
down the elevator.
That's not it.
Oh, there's a loading zone.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
I want to go left.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Why is there a car on?
Right, I'm getting 470 FPS.
No, I'm back here.
No, this isn't right
Right,
at all.
you hear
You're
me?
not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley,
Right.
close your eyes. Okay.
Right.
We just have to
Yeah.
get back to,
I'm getting 400
Who am
and
I
something
kidding?
FPS right now,
It's all
470.
rubbish now. The whole story
How do I
completely
leave?
unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
How about
And this
not?
time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, hmm? Okay, from the
Just live
top.
by that.
Okay, well, that's on